As episode 185 continues on through the week, Monday Night Raw takes some interesting turns and makes some interesting choices for the upcoming Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Welcome to the Raw review as we get we're just about 3 weeks away from the show.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of people announced for it, some interesting matches announced for it.
Yeah, we learned the participants of the first ever women's Elimination Chamber match.
Thank you, Kurt. Let's talk
no
about...
problem, WWE Universe.
Let's talk about the other things that happened on Monday Night Raw. We had Roman Reigns advance to the Elimination Chamber by defeating Bray Wyatt. Then Bray Wyatt was attacked by Matt Hardy. We had some issues between Rollins and Jordan. They were getting a rematch from the Royal Rumble against the Bar. Jordan said he was 100%. Then later on, turned out he wasn't 100%. He got pulled from the match, but Seth Rollins ended up teaming with Roman Reigns to face for the tag team titles. They lost because Jason Jordan punched Cesaro in the face.
Yeah, good job, Jason.
Brilliant. Balor Club defeated the Revival in a tag team match that was originally supposed to be Finn Balor versus Dash Wilder. Sasha is still upset with her loss to Asuka last week. Her and Bayley both had some choice words for each other as Bayley was heading into a match against Asuka. Bayley also unsuccessfully competed against Asuka. Though got very close, Asuka still won with the flying armbar. We had Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali defeat Team PowerPoint in a Cruiserweight tag team match. The Elimination Chamber ladies were announced. Alexa Bliss will defend her Raw Women's Championship against Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Sonya Deville, and Sasha Banks, but was none too happy when Kurt announced that Nia wasn't going to be in it. Nia will face Asuka instead, and if she's able to defeat Asuka, she will make the WrestleMania Women's Championship match a triple threat.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if anybody can beat Asuka, they should immediately be put into any kind of championship contention.
Yeah, I mean...
If you're the one that beats Asuka for the undefeated streak, you're next in line to face the Universal Championship.
And then you get to face The Undertaker.
At WrestleMania 5 years ago.
Yes. Alexa came out, had some choice words for Kurt Angle, which was a hilarious promo. More of that, please.
Sexist.
Miz defeated Apollo Crews to advance into the men's Elimination Chamber.
Really good match.
Very good match. Nia Jax defeated Vanessa something or other with a leg drop. Mickie James defeated Sonya Deville with a roll-up and then was saved by Alexa Bliss. Interesting. We also found out that next week we will find our sixth entrant into the Men's Royal Rumble in a second chance fatal four-way as Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, Broken Matt Hardy, and Apollo Crews face each other.
Because you can't fight Corpse Kane.
He got squished.
Yeah.
And then in the main event, Elias won the chance to be the last entrant in the Men's Elimination Chamber by defeating John Cena and Braun Strowman in a triple threat match. That just doesn't sound right when I say it.
Let me try. Elias defeated John Cena and Braun Strowman. Nope, can't do it.
No, it's a very strange thing to say. But with that being said, what'd you like about Monday Night Raw, Kevin?
I liked a lot about the Monday Night Raw. I'm going to go with the fact that, Apollo Crews was doing something important.
Yeah.
That didn't have to do with Titus O'Neil.
Yeah. Titus was just playing a cheerleader along with Dana Brooke on the outside.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly where he belongs.
As a cheerleader.
As a cheerleader.
You want him in one of those little skirts and
sure,
little outfit.
Man, they would have had a better chance of becoming tag champions if it was Apollo and Dana.
Well,
I'll just call it how I see it.
That's fair.
What about you? You like anything good?
In the same vein, Apollo Crews, Bayley, and Elias all had really good moments tonight where both Apollo Crews and Bayley, though going into their matches extremely the underdog, obviously not going to win in that particular encounter, had really good moments of making me feel like they were going to. And then Elias being obviously the underdog and actually winning his match.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking cool.
I had a thought that was exactly how it was going to go. is he was just going to wait for Braun to beat Cena up and then swoop in and pick up the pieces.
Yeah, Braun hit a power slam, tried to hit one on Elias. Elias scooted off of his shoulder and shoved him over the top rope. Like, bitch, I'm going to pin John Cena. And it worked out pretty well. But then they both got power slammed multiple times afterwards because Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
What'd you love from Monday Night Raw?
What did I love?
That is the question.
I loved that I did shout right before we watched it that Miz was going to be in the Elimination Chamber, and then he won his match.
Yeah, he did. That was before you even knew he was in a qualifier.
Yeah. So good for me.
Congratulations.
I love that they announced the Fatal 4-Way for next week.
Yeah.
Because I was curious who the sixth person was going to be. And, it gives me hope, especially with the way the match went with The Miz and Apollo Crews, that he might be like the Kofi Kingston coming into this Elimination Chamber. Like, he might actually win.
I mean, I think it's pretty fair to say that neither Bray or Matt Hardy are going.
Yeah.
They're going to be the ones to kind of eliminate...
They'll cancel each other out.
Yeah, they'll cancel each other out, and it'll be Apollo versus Finn. So it'll be Titus Worldwide versus the Balor Club.
Hey.
And, honestly...
If WWE jumps on the 3-person team bandwagon like a lot of promotions are doing these days...
Yep, I definitely want to see the Balor Club versus Titus Worldwide.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking forward to Carl Anderson versus Dana Brooke.
No, it'll be Finn, Carl, and his hot Asian wife.
Yeah. No, I'm very interested to see that. Plus, I like that they gave us something to look forward to because we didn't know that Roman versus Bray and Miz versus Apollo were going to be the qualifiers this week.
Yeah.
After we had the first 3 qualifiers last week. So the fact that we actually know next week what we're going to be getting, we have something to look forward to and speculate on who's going to go into the chamber.
Yeah.
So yeah, I dig that. I loved people calling out Brock Lesnar because it happened twice. Both Alexa Bliss and The Miz calling out Brock Lesnar. Alexa Bliss's whole thing was she didn't. Obviously, it was because she was expecting Nia to be in the chamber to help her out.
Yeah.
And so she comes out and goes, "Oh, why? All of a sudden, why do I have to defend the championship in the Elimination Chamber, but Brock Lesnar doesn't have to? I think you're being sexist. I think it should be more fair.
You don't value your women's champion as much as you value your men's champion.
Yeah, and it was just a great it was a great promo for Alexa. The crowd responding in all the right ways for the entire.
Kurt Angle had the best dumbfounded look on his face.
Yeah, the slack jaw, like, what is this woman talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Miz saying that he was going to be the one to go to WrestleMania and be the first ever Intercontinental and Universal Champion at the same time. And it'd be just in time for footage for his TV show. It'll be the year of The Miz, and his daughter will be born just in time to watch him do it. Even though she'll only be like a month old. But still. I like when people call out Brock Lesnar, and this week I just loved it because 2 people did it, and they both did it differently. That's the most important part, is that it was different scenarios, but still calling out Brock Lesnar on the fact that he's a terrible champion.
Yeah, and I'm going to just add in there, The Miz had a promo.
Yeah, Miz. And you give Miz a promo.
That's as weird as it is. Like, if me from 3 years ago would hear me saying this today.
Oh, you 3 years ago would punch you in the face.
Yeah, probably.
We don't have that good of editing software. We can't make a fist come in and punch you in the face.
Well, that's why I just did it myself.
You just gave away the secret, man.
Yeah. Well, you already gave it away. You said we didn't have editing software. So, editing software.
Then people would be surprised that there was a fist that punched... Never mind.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyway, continue your thought.
The fuck was I going on about? Okay, Miz and his promos.
Yeah.
Especially, over is, the last year... A little bit more than a year. All the SmackDown stuff with Daniel Bryan.
Since late 2016 till now, Miz has upped himself back to when he was the WWE champion. At the top of his game.
I look forward to Miz promos like I used to look forward to Triple H promos now.
Oh, yeah.
And that's saying something because at the time, Triple H was one of the only guys who I actually gave a damn about when they took up time to talk. Because I don't particularly care for promo-heavy television.
Yeah.
So there are few people when they actually cut promos, I'm like, okay, let's get this over with. That's my general thought. But like, The Miz now is one of those guys where I'm going to go, oh yeah, okay, The Miz is talking, I'm going to watch because whatever, he's going to get me invested because he's good.
Yeah, you actually give a damn about what The Miz is going to talk about, or at least what he's going to try and, amp up a little bit heading into. Did you dislike anything?
I don't know. I'm a little disappointed that Nia Jax isn't in the Elimination Chamber, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I as interested as I am for them to pull that last minute, like, oh, the main event could end up being a triple threat match at WrestleMania, which, I mean, in a sense is cool because it's like, okay, we know Asuka's going, but now we don't know if Nia is or if Alexa is. So it's got some interesting build, but yeah, I'd much rather have Nia, if she's going to go, earn her spot in Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. So it'll be curious because they have weeks, and WWE's not afraid to just change things on a whim, anyways.
Yeah, we still have 2 months till Mania, so
Yeah.
Things can change. So,
but that was my biggest detriment to the show for me. Was finding out that Nia isn't in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Too much Jason Jordan.
Jason Jordan is too much Jason Jordan.
And, despite the fact that it was a very decently paced match, and I think they wanted to get a little bit more build for a couple people heading towards Elimination Chamber. I didn't appreciate the fact that the Mickie James versus Sonya Deville match ended in a roll-up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be this person who has to harp on at that every time, oh, the Divas match ends with a roll-up.
Women's.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a hearkening back to that era.
Right.
Of they don't know how to book the women's matches in ways that one person can lose, but both people still look strong.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason I agree with you 100%. I feel like there was a better way they could have done this, but like I understand that they wanted it to be where neither person was too beat down because they needed the Absolution beatdown on Mickie James to bring out Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Mickie is too tenured to just go to a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
Like, she could have done any type of small package roll-up thing and gotten the same effect, but I think it would have looked a little better.
Here's the way I would have done it, just as a roundabout way.
Go for it.
Sonya had a very clear advantage at the point towards the end of the match.
Yes.
Mickie James has her little spin kick thing that she does, which she could have just popped out of nowhere, taken Sonya down, and pinned her. Sonya looks strong throughout the entire match. Mickie gets the win, which gives her kick. Momentum. Then you could have Mandy go in by herself and attack Mickie. Mickey's still worn down from the match. Mandy goes and hits, and this is where we would get the first time that Mandy looks like a viable, actual person who could be a threat in the women's division. Because she, on her own, hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah.
So if she could go in and single-handedly attack Mickie James, or at least until Sonya can recover from the kick.
Hell, I think even Paige got a couple stomps in, so... Yeah, like I agree. Yeah, no, that WWE, hire him, please.
I need more hours.
Yeah, I think I'll put that with my dislike as well, just because the school boy, the school girl, that particular roll up is just a really lazy way to end a match. It makes sense if the person's going to be like pulling the tights, because it gives it gives the referee deniability that they couldn't see the pulling of the tights because they had to check the shoulders. But for it to be just a quick win, it's a lazy way to do it. I think there's a ton of different ways, ton of different fancier roll-ups that seem like they would disorient an opponent much easier than the schoolboy. And despite the fact that it was Balor Club, I don't like watching the Revival lose.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that they're keeping this feud going, though.
Yeah.
That interests me. The fact that the squash at Raw 25 wasn't a one-off and they're actually, like, continuing this.
Yeah, and I feel like, next week we're going to get the continuation where the Revival might beat the Club again.
I think next week we'll get the singles match we were supposed to get.
Well, it won't be, because it won't be Finn, because he's in the 4-way.
No. But no, I think maybe it'll be Anderson.
Yeah. I'm going to say it'll be Gallows.
Since he was the only one that didn't wrestle?
And it'll be something chop blocky that is his undoing.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a leggy man.
You always take out the big guy with a chop block. That's how it works. But overall, a good episode of Raw. Some really great matches. And interested where they're going with Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
But with that being said, that is it for the Raw review. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down below.
There's so many social media links.
There's also a podcast link.
That's the SoundCloud one.
And Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. Where you can find unboxing videos, punishment videos, and other random videos that are loosely based around wrestling. Because we are Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
He's going to chop me a bunch.
That's coming up. You also got to put warheads in your mouth and cut a promo, because that's overdone.
We need to buy more warheads. The ones we got are stuck to the inside of the packages.
Yeah, we need some new ones. But you can watch us eat bugs from our hiatus. That was fun. Not. And, let us know over there and over here what other types of videos you'd like to see us do. Because, we want to do stuff that you guys are interested in.
Want to see us do an actual match?
We could do that. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
And as always,
fuck Mojo.